President Trump unveiling a fresh set of tariffs today, this time on the movie industry. He says he's soon going to meet with representatives from the American film industry to discuss his plan to apply new tariffs to foreign-made films. Let's bring in CNN senior White House correspondent Kristen Holmes, who is live for us outside the White House. Kristen, of course, back after having a baby, and we're thrilled to have you here in the arena for the first time. Kristen, thank you so much. This is like another example, right, of the president continuing this push on tariffs, which he is, obviously very personally invested in. But it seems very unclear how this one would actually work.
Yeah, that's right. This is an industry that has a lot of ins and outs, and the way that this would work is really questionable because it's not as though you're just taxing one product that is made in one place. You're talking about a movie which, as we know, a lot of the different production houses are scattered across the world. I mean, they have different places that you film, they have different places that things are edited. So how you'd actually do this is really, there's a lot of questions. Now, this is what he said. He posted this on True Social. He said, the movie industry in America is a dying very fast death. Is dying a very fast death. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. We want movies made in America again. Now, Kevin Liptak, our senior White House reporter, did learn that Donald Trump had dinner or met with actor Jon Voight over the weekend, who is one of his liaisons to Hollywood, a big Trump supporter. So that could have played into this at some factor. But we also heard Donald Trump kind of seeming like he might be walking this back a little bit when he was just asked a question about it. Take a listen.
Hollywood doesn't do very much of that business. They have the nice sign and everything's good, but they don't do very much. A lot of it's been taken to other countries, and a big proportion. And I'm actually going to meet with some because, there's some advantages, I guess, and I'm not looking to hurt the industry. I want to help the industry.
So you can hear there that clearly he had talked to somebody who said it might hurt the industry, because since he said that he didn't want to hurt the industry, that there could be some advantages. As we know, there are a lot of advantages to these various productions being filmed overseas, like tax incentives. So it'll be interesting to see where this actually goes.
Again, possibly making it a lot more expensive for American companies to make movies to then have.
So wait a minute. We're supposed to support everything that happens outside of the United States of America. So if a movie company actually brings production here, hires workers here, hires filmmakers here, hire editors here, hire directors here, that they would actually get incentives. There are states and there are cities that actually offer incentives to certain industries. I believe Tennessee offers some incentives. Obviously, Atlanta's offers some incentives. But Hollywood is the one that is complaining the most. So the Hollywood people are complaining and saying, wait a minute, we want to figure out how we can create more jobs here, or we got a lot of people leaving. One of the things that I observed when I went out to go film the Dr. Phil show originally, the first time that I went out to Hollywood and I went to go film the Dr. Phil show, aside from the stench that came along with being on Hollywood Boulevard and all of that stuff, and I seen all of the fake Michael Jacksons and stuff out there, they was looking bad out there. But aside from what I seen from that lens, the other thing that I seen was, and I paid attention to what was happening at the production studios because Dr. Phil was filming. I believe he was filming at like Paramount Studios or something. It was the big old parking lot. And I kept you guys informed and all of that type of stuff, right? But then the next time that I went and filmed Dr. Phil, he was actually over in Dallas. He had built an entirely different production studio over in Dallas, and he moved to Texas from California. And so, I started paying attention to that. I also seen that people were filming more of their films outside of Los Angeles and California because it became too expensive for them to film there. And they were tired of all of the liberal woke policies and the stuff that was happening over in California. Then you seen Tyler Perry build his studio, and he was basically doing it at a fraction of the cost of what it costs to actually film some of these big budget films. And so what Trump is basically saying is, maybe we need to look at more than just the products that we use, because also, and I believe what gave him the idea was that because other countries couldn't really hit us the way that they wanted to hit us as far as tariffing back on us, well, what would happen was they would say, and we don't want to show y'all movies, and we want to potentially tariff any American-made films that are shown over here inside of our country. And so what Trump is basically doing is saying, wait a minute. So maybe we need to bring everything back in-house since we are the ones that spend the most money on the things that we're buying.
Have, sell to American consumers. Kristen Holmes, thank you. Great to see you. Hope we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, so with no end in sight for Trump's trade war with China, the president is doubling down on this cheerful Christmas in July message for Americans.
I'm just saying they don't need to have $30. They can have 3. They don't need to have 250 pencils. They can have 5.
All I'm saying is that a young lady, a 10-year-old girl, 9-year-old girl, a 15-year-old girl doesn't need $37.
I do think that
You can be very happy with
Atlanta and Georgia is probably the new Hollywood, to be honest.
I think he missed the memo that 15-year-old girls these days just want, what's the elephant skincare? I'm not cool enough to know what it is.
Drunk elephant.
Drunk elephant, thank you. You must have a daughter in this age range.
I do.
Okay, there you go. And not dolls.
I want that desk.
But
Hey, low key, I want that desk. That desk is kind of fly. I'm going to have to bring somebody in here to make me that desk. That desk is sweet as hell. I don't feel like they deserve it. I think that I deserve that desk. Yeah, I think I need that desk. And then they got the screens. And okay, I'm about to change my studio again. Yeah.
hey, Lulu, you and I were on this set at the end of last week, and we'll let these guys argue about whether or not this matters in a second, but one of our friends of the show was arguing this comment, was going to be lost in the noise. That may have been true if Trump had said it that one time, but he said it that time and then a second time. And I mean, the Wall Street Journal wrote it this way, quote, past presidents have urged voters to tighten their belts because of war, pestilence, natural calamity, economic contagion, or their predecessors' mistakes. Mr. Trump is the first to do so because of his own policy decisions and his stubborn.
Check this out, y'all. I want to show y'all something really quickly. Damani Scott says, so the thumbnail shows the revenge story, but Anton has not talked about the story the whole podcast. That's hella weird. Cause somebody helped Damani Scott inside of the chat, who was 2 hours late to what we talking about on the show. I've been streaming for over 2 hours and 5 minutes. Sir, we talked about that for about 45 minutes. Catch up, bro. Catch up. You was late. You missed the giveaway. You missed the conversations. You missed the real ID. You missed everything. And then they be typing in the chat. They be so confident when they type in the chat and they say stuff. God bless you. I'm in a good space today.
Insistence on sticking with them. In Mr. Trump's America, you get $2 only. You pay more, and you be sure to thank the man in the handmade silk tie on the way out.
Well, enough said. I don't think I can top that. Yes, I felt this was going to be a big deal. Also because it would have been malpractice on the Democrats' side if they hadn't made it a big deal. So just that alone. Mm-hmm. But I will say this. The way that this is being portrayed is everyone's rich in America and they're going to have 30 dolls and you can just have 2 or 3. But the fact is that there are a lot of kids who aren't rich and a lot of families who aren't wealthy. And if dolls are more expensive, it might mean that they get no dolls. So it's not just this idea of like everyone is just crazy mad and buying as much as they can, which by the way, America was built on. It's the capitalist system. But it's also this idea that there are a lot of people who can't afford things. And if things are more expensive, that means that maybe little Jimmy or little Susie might not get their dolls that they want. Because they're action figures too. This is not just little girls, little boys like dolls too.
Oh, I have a lot.
This is so dumb. Did CNN really just do a whole panel about dolls? Seriously? So wait a minute. In this tariff conversation that is enriching other nations, including China, are these pundits really concerned about whether or not little Jimmy gets 5 dolls or he gets 1 doll? Little Jimmy don't even need no dolls in the first place. Are they seriously going off on the Trump administration about how many dolls the little girls and the little boys, because they're not rich and they want dolls too? Are we really having this conversation? What is going on? What's happening? This is the thing that Trump would complain about and say this is why CNN is going bankrupt and why they had to do layoffs and why their profits is down. This is why Trump calls CNN a third-rate organization. Seriously? Come on, family.
A lot of Spider-Man dolls.
Thank you.
Dolls in the house. Matt Gorman, I mean, so I cut my teeth, as you know, covering Mitt Romney's.
You don't even know what to
campaign,
say.
Who famously once said that corporations are people, and that was very, did not go over very well. He had a number of other lines.
Flashbacks.
He was also there.
They brought these people in there to talk about dolls?
And in those instances when he would say things like that, or any candidate that's not Trump, you all scrambled to correct it, right? And, he, I think, still believes the point that he was trying to make. But there was an understanding that politically this was not really the best thing to do. I never thought in my life I would hear a Republican politician making this argument, like telling little kids they had to have less because of something that you did from a strictly winning elections perspective.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I was.
This is so dumb, bro. How much do a dial cost? How much does a dial cost, y'all? Let me go look it up. I always like to just look for myself. The Mattel dial is $25. Somebody inside of the chat said that you can get a dial from Ross for $5. They got the Disney dial for $10. $14, $13 if you want to get a Disney Princess Sea and Land Ariel Petite dial set. If you want to get the whole set. $14 for the strawberry shortcake 14-inch strawberry shortcake rag dial. Are we seriously? Kenya's, they got the black dials. Kenya's 16-inch hair growing posable dial with accessories. Ooh, did y'all know that? I didn't even know that they were selling these. They selling dials to teach y'all how to get to the hair beast. Did y'all know this? I didn't know that they was teaching y'all and indoctrinating y'all. Have y'all seen the new Kenya doll that they selling at Walmart? You can get this Kenya 16-inch hair growing posable doll with accessories. Used to be $20, $19.97. Now it's $15.55, and you can get it at Walmart today. Listen, go outside, bro. Go outside. All we did was ride bikes and hoop all day long. Honestly, the only time that we played video games was in the wintertime. Go outside, bro. Go outside. Go get you a coloring book. Go outside. Stop being so easily manipulated. And most of these kids only play games on their phones anyway, so you ain't even got to worry about no tariffs on that. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.